Time now 9:23. In this morning's Money Watch, a new study shows it's not just the older generation falling for schemes. Millennials are reporting a surprising number of fraud cases as well. Joe Bert, the Oracle of Orlando, joining us now with more on this study. Joe, good morning. Good to see you.
You too. Good to be here.
This is interesting. The results from the Federal Trade Commission, and it named millennials as the victims of most of these.
I think it's because they're unsophisticated, unworldly, so to speak,
Really?
and they're more susceptible to these kind of things. Too good to be true. They think it's an opportunity to get ahead or do something, and they fall prey to this stuff.
Yet you'd think they'd be the most savvy online because they've grown up online, right?
Well, yes, but when it comes to commerce, sometimes they just don't understand the rules or how the game is played today. With social media being what it is, and people having access to your personal information, they can really customize a scam to you and really get you.
This is so fascinating. Yep. So we're talking about some of the most common money schemes. We'll start with the telephone scheme.
Well, this is where they call you and you get a trip. All you have to do is, there's extra cabins on this cruise, and if you can leave next weekend.
Always.
Oh, yeah, right. and if you can leave next weekend, just give us your credit card, $150, reserves the room, and you're all set. What they're after in all these cases is to get access to your credit card information and or your banking information. Oh. So you got to be careful of those offers that sound too good to be true that come over the telephone, because they usually are.
What about the banking schemes?
Well, here's where they send you, and I've gotten these myself, maybe you have, a check, a legitimate check payable to you, and you can cash the check. It's a legitimate check, but if you read the real fine print, what they say is if you cash this check now, you've accepted an offer to continue to buy stuff. And then they start sending you the stuff, and now you have legitimately signed up to buy this junk that you don't want.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, how about charity scams?
Well, this is more prevalent today. The shooting we had and the hurricanes we had. Stuff pops up on social media. These heart-wrenching stories, seeing people hurt or injured. Send your money to this so-called charity, and millions of dollars have been sent to bogus charities.
And that's why you need to really make sure you're contributing to the
stick with the big ones,
official funds, right? Yeah. IRS imposter schemes.
Well, now these are really getting sophisticated. Yeah. You won't believe how this works. What they do is they have access to your Social Security number. They will file an amended return with the Internal Revenue Service.
Oh, come on.
Now, here's what happens. So an amended return for a year or two back, and they will adjust your deductions to get you a tax refund. So they send this to the IRS. The IRS thinks it's legitimate. They have no way of knowing. The IRS, your address hasn't changed, so the IRS will send you a check based on this amended return that's been filed by somebody else. You now have a check, official check from the IRS. You now deposit it. It's an official check. It clears the bank. Shortly thereafter, you get a phone call. And what they do is they spoof on your caller ID, Internal Revenue Service, or IRS. So you think the call is coming, and now they know you've received a check, and they say you've received a check for $750. This refund was not legitimate. It's illegal. You have 24 hours to return this money. You give us your bank account information and or your credit card information, and the scam starts.
You have been warned, Joe.
Oh, yeah. The stuff is out there. It's dangerous.
My goodness.
If it sounds too good to be true, it is.
It is. Yep. Very good to see you. Great insight as always. Where can people find you?
Google me, 2 words, Joe Bert, B-E-R-T.
It's that easy, and it could save you a heck of a lot of money, that's for sure.